What's good, Double Clutch Nation? It's your boy Wild Ghost, and today we're gonna be doing "Am I the Asshole" on Reddit, and I'm just gonna give my input. We're gonna read some funny stories. You should like, subscribe, comment. Tell me who the biggest asshole in this video is, and if it's me, I guess that's fair. But I'll see you at the first story. All right, we're starting with something that maybe will hit close to home. The first one says, "Am I the asshole for telling my friend I was done inviting her to parties? I, a 22 female, throw a lot of dinner parties, like a ton. I love to cook, so I always put food on the table, and I'm pretty good of a chef, I'd say. One of my friends comes to all the time. The problem is she takes the leftovers. I swear to God, every single time there's a scrap left, she takes it. I appreciate that she doesn't want to waste food. That's not the problem. The problem is I want some leftovers too. So I told her when we were eating this time, hey, don't take the leftovers, okay? And she was like, yeah, sounds good. Fast forward to the end of the party, she takes the goddamn leftovers. When I noticed later that night, I text her, hey, if you can't stop taking the leftovers, I'm not gonna invite you anymore. She says okay. Next time she comes over for a party, I remind her when we're eating, don't take the leftovers. She says okay. When I was about to leave, I was sitting near the table. Guess what I see? She's taking the leftovers. So I tell her that if she couldn't listen to a boundary I set, clear consequence that I discussed with her, and that she would not be invited to parties anymore, she said that it wasn't fair, that she couldn't have some, and she was only taking a bit this time. I'm not sure if that's true, but I told her I didn't want her to take any. She says okay and puts them back. Fast forward to the next time I hosted a party, she isn't invited. Apparently she found through the grapevine, makes sense since we share quite a few friends, and she got pissed as hell, saying she put them back and I should have invited her again. I think she might be right. Am I the asshole? Yeah, I think so. I mean, she's said okay, she's agreed. Yeah, she tried to take leftovers again, but if she was only taking a little bit and your problem was you wanted some for yourself, I mean, I think that's pretty reasonable, and after you address the issue, she seemed pretty fine about it. Plus, I think she just wanted to be there, but I think she's reasonable for being pissed off, especially if she didn't hear from you most of this and mostly from the friends. I think that's kind of shitty. You did tell her, but you could have definitely done things a little better. I think she definitely could have done things a little better, but I'm just curious how good that cooking is. Chat, pizza roll intermission. Throw it to me, throw it to me, throw it to me. Throw it, throw it. Scrumptious. Alright. Yeah, you're the asshole. I don't think either of you are that much of an asshole. I think both of you could be in this situation, but on to the next story. Am I the asshole for not giving my coworker a ride after he didn't spot me $1 at the vending machine? I feel like I've done this before. I feel like I've been here. There's someone who's not gonna get sent this link, so if you come across this, be my guest. But I gave you a ride way too damn much, and you were a broke ass motherfucker. Anyways, let's read it. I usually give my coworker a ride on the way back from work, usually driving 5 miles out of my way per day to drop him off at his place. He doesn't have a car. I've been doing that for about 2 years and I haven't asked for anything, and he has never offered. That kind of sucks. And you're going out of your way, and it's been for 2 years. The guy I did that for, it was a little further out of my way. It was more like 8 miles completely in the other direction, but I only did it for like a month. So it is what it is. But still kind of crazy. Let's continue on with it. Yesterday, I was at the vending machine and I wanted a soda. I was short $1 and had left my wallet in the car. I would usually go get my wallet, but it takes forever to wait for the elevators at my workplace. So I asked if he could spot me $1 for the soda. He straight up refused and said, just use your own money, man. I don't really give money to friends or coworkers, sorry. It's clear you don't give money to friends or coworkers. You suck. I was taken aback by the comment. I've probably spent over $1,500 in gas over the past 2 years for this guy, and he can't even spot me $1 just this once. I got pretty upset by that. And once it hit 5, I told him I'm not giving him free rides anymore. He seemed pretty upset and said I was petty. Nope. Completely fair. Not an asshole at all. Your friend sucks. He's not even your friend. He's your coworker. Why am I calling him your friend? Your coworker sucks. He can't spot you $1, and it sounds like he had it. He just didn't want to give it. He's stingy. He's lame. That's why he doesn't have a car. He's a broke bum, and it's honestly just too telling. I feel like I've been there before. You gotta have been some sort of like getting along, some sort of friends, unless you just really feel bad. Like if this is the type of person to guilt trip you or sob story or something, that's even worse, because then they're just manipulating you and they're freeloading, and that shit sucks. We're gonna go on to the last one. This one starts off, am I the asshole? I need some advice. Kind of vague, got my attention. It says, am I the asshole for wanting to have my bedroom door closed while taking a shower? So for the past 6 months, my husband and I have been arguing relentlessly about the fact that I want the bedroom door closed while I shower because we have a roommate and I just don't want that roommate seeing me naked. And it makes me feel safe to have the bedroom door closed when I take a shower because I like to walk in and out of our bedroom after I get out of the shower and grab my clothes. The problem is my husband seems to think that it's unreasonable because the cat has to come in and out to be able to use the litter box. I gave suggestions that we put the litter box in the living room while I take a shower, but he says he's not doing that, even though when we first got the cat, he said we could probably put the litter box in the living room, and I said, no, that's kind of gross. And even before we had the cat, he kept saying that the door doesn't need to be closed. I kept telling him that the cat's not gonna die if he stays in the room for 30 or 40 minutes. I mean, he stays trapped in our room all night while we have to sleep. So why does it hurt for him to be left out of the room for 30 to 40 minutes? Is it too much to ask to be able to feel safe while I'm taking a shower, to not want the door open when I'm butt naked and vulnerable? Please somebody give me advice on this because I'm really starting to get frustrated to the point where I started locking the bedroom door while I take a shower because that's the only solution I can see that works. It is not a situation of, oh, I asked you once or twice. It is every single time for the last 6 or 7 months I've asked him to keep the door closed while I shower. I take a shower every other day at least. So can somebody please give me perspective as to why he might not want the door closed other than just wanting to blatantly disregard my boundaries? And I'm gonna preface this by saying, I know I'm not the best about doing things he has or hasn't asked me to do or keeping boundaries, but this is one thing I asked him over and over again. So am I the asshole? I don't know. I think you guys just kind of lack communication. Like, it sounds like you guys talk about it, but no one listens. So y'all need to figure that out. Honestly, getting rid of the cat might be the move. I know that sounds bad, and realistically, I don't know your bond with your cat, and I probably wouldn't get rid of my cat, but if your husband is so weird about that stuff and it's causing you this much stress to where you guys are actively, growing resentment or frustration, and you're being petty as in locking the door, I do think that you're the asshole in some situations. I think your point is completely valid, though I do think the way that you go about it is kind of strange. But if it's been going on for this long, it sounds like your husband doesn't listen. You guys need some counseling. I think that you are both the asshole, but I think you could be considered the asshole. I think it sucks that he's not listening to you, but I also think you being petty and weird is also making it harder for him to listen to you. And I think he's just a really weird, like, he gives off kind of soft cat vibe guy, and that's kind of cool. I mean, it's kind of sucky for you in this situation, especially with you having a roommate around. It's completely valid, your point, but I can see that he just cares about the cat. And if you move the litter box, I've actually heard that the cat might not recognize it or might start pooping in random spots because it's not used to it being there. It gets used to a certain spot over time. So I do think that it's reasonable to keep it in the room. I'd say while you shower, just put the cat in the room. So if you just close your door with the cat inside where it can use the bathroom as it needs for the duration of your shower and changing, I think that would be great. I think you both are the asshole. I didn't get enough context on his side besides that he just doesn't really listen. I got that you're kind of petty and you go out of your way to make your point, and that does the exact opposite, I think. So I think you're the asshole. But realistically, you should just put the cat in the room. I don't know why it's so hard. Like, subscribe, comment who the biggest asshole is. Tell me if I'm wrong. Tell me if I'm an asshole. Enjoy Fugglers. Enjoy basketball. enjoy Reddit confessions and Am I the Asshole? And most importantly, enjoy life. With all that said, as the beast would say, stay blessed.